Welcome back, viewers. A night of terror has once again shaken Nigeria's northwest after suspected terrorists launched coordinated attacks on communities in Zamfara and Sokoto states, leaving behind a trail of death, destruction, and fear. Reports from residents and local sources describe a horrifying attack where soldiers were reportedly killed, civilians abducted, and a father with his two sons allegedly burnt alive while seeking refuge from the attackers. The attacks happened in two separate communities, Kasuwa Daji in Kauranamuda local government area of Zamfara state and Lajinge village in Sabo Bini local government area of Sokoto state. According to reports by Vanguard, the attackers struck late Saturday night, taking advantage of darkness to launch the operations against vulnerable communities. In Zamfara state, residents said suspected terrorists stormed Kasuwa Daji community around 11:30 p.m., allegedly targeting a military outpost located in the area. According to eyewitness accounts, the attackers arrived in large numbers and immediately began firing weapons in an attempt to overwhelm security personnel stationed there. Residents who spoke about the incident described a community thrown into panic as gunshots reportedly echoed through the night. They alleged that the attackers overpowered the military presence in the area before moving into the community, where they reportedly abducted residents and looted properties. One resident, identified as Alhaji Aminu Kaswandaji, expressed concern over the growing insecurity affecting communities across Zamfara. He questioned how ordinary citizens could feel safe if armed groups could attack communities and challenge security forces. According to residents quoted in the report, several soldiers were allegedly killed during the confrontation, while dozens of civilians were reportedly taken away by the attackers. However, authorities had not released a detailed official account of the casualties at the time of the reports. The former Deputy Speaker of the Zamfara State House of Assembly, Namade Kaswadaji, also confirmed that his community had been attacked, although he was outside the state when the incident occurred. He said relatives informed him about the attack and the abduction of residents. The incident has once again raised serious questions about the security situation in Zamfara, a state that has struggled with repeated attacks by armed groups. For many residents, the biggest concern is not only the attacks themselves, but the speed of response when communities come under assault. The situation was also devastating in neighboring Sokoto states, where residents reportedly another deadly attack on Lajinge village in Sabon Bini local government area. According to accounts from residents, suspected terrorists invaded the community around 11 p.m. and operated for several hours. Witnesses claimed the attackers remained in the community until about 3:30 a.m., moving from house to house and attacking residents. They alleged that the attackers killed several people, stole livestock, and abducted some villagers before leaving the area. One of the most disturbing accounts from the Sokoto attack involved a family that reportedly sought refuge inside the room to escape the attackers. Residents alleged that the gunmen surrounded the building, poured petrol on it, and set it on fire after those inside refused to come out. According to the report, a father identified as Malam Wauro, popularly known as Malam Roro, his two sons, Ukasha and Mujahid, and other relatives were among those who reportedly died in the incident. An internally displaced person who had been taking shelter with the family was also reportedly killed. The attack has left residents questioning why security intervention did not arrive despite the length of the operation. Some villagers claimed the attackers remained in the community for hours without facing resistance from security forces. Residents also alleged that nearby security formation did not respond to distress calls during the attack. They appealed to the government to increase security presence in vulnerable communities and prevent further attacks. But beyond the immediate tragedy, these incidents highlight a wider national challenge across parts of Nigeria. Communities continue to face threat from armed groups who exploit difficult terrain, weak security coverage, and limited response capacity. The repeated attacks in Zamfara and Sokoto raise a critical question. How long will rural communities continue to live under the fear of armed groups arriving at night, attacking residents, and disappearing before help arrives? The Nigerian government and security agencies have repeatedly promised stronger action against terrorism and banditry. Military operations have led to the arrest and elimination of some criminal elements, but the persistence of attacks shows that the challenge remains significant. The people affected by these attacks are demanding more than statements of sympathy. They want stronger protection, faster emergency response, and a security system capable of preventing attacks before lives are lost. For families who lost loved ones in Zamfara and Sokoto, the consequences will continue long after the attackers have disappeared. Behind the numbers are fathers, children, soldiers, and ordinary citizens whose lives have been permanently changed. The latest attacks serve as another reminder that Nigerian security battle is far from over. While authorities continue their operations against criminal groups, communities across the Northwest are waiting for a solution that will finally bring lasting safety and confidence back to their homes. For more news reports, stay with us on First Next News. I'm Chidera Isom. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next reports.